What is up, guys? It's Mega giving you another deck for Link Evolution. We're doing a revamped version of my Cyber Dragon deck, and this is a pure Cyber Dragon deck, guys. This isn't that one where people use with all the traps. This is a pure Cyber Dragon, so obviously with all the Cyber Dragon support that you normally do. This deck's, of course, my opinion today, and it's completely cool that if you guys disagree with any of the cards that are shown in this video. I kind of got some some ideas from this from James, who featured one of Team Sam's videos a couple of weeks ago when it came to Cyber Dragons. I think it was actually a month ago, I don't know. His deck was good. Then I went and looked some other people's. Did a lot of research, and obviously Link Evolution, you can't have the exact same decks as real people have because of our stupid ban list. I've had to change some cards around and obviously mix and match the deck a little bit, and this is obviously what we've come up with. If you're struggling to make this deck or any deck shown so far, I highly recommend you check out the Card Hub. Not only will it tell you if a card is in this game or not, it'll tell you where to find it, such as a campaign, challenge mode, card pack, you name it, it will tell you exactly the location of it. That is in the description down below, along with my Twitch, where I do try and stream as best I can, guys, playing other games and also some chill time on Yu-Gi-Oh! And with that, guys, let's get into the video. Starting us off, guys, one copy of Cyframe Driver. That means we are running the Cyframe Gamma package just because it's like this deck is really good going second. Like any Cyber deck really is fantastic going second. The only downside with Cyber Dragons obviously is if you're in against a mirror match, where when I'm trying to get these recordings, I was in a mirror match with another player, and unfortunately I lost because obviously in a Cyber Dragon mirror match deck, it's like he made me go first, so it was like. Right, I had a fantastic board set up. I had Sega, I had Infinity, I had Salamangreat, Amaggio, whatever its name is, like set, and then obviously he just went and Cyber Dragon to me like Mega Fleeted, and then you see just went mad and just destroyed my entire board. So say, unfortunately, mirror matches horrible. So yeah, Cyber Dragon Cyframe Driver. Like I say, you're using it with Gamma. It's great if you want to go into the link monster, so you can do it that way. And also, it's just there just to help you. Like you can obviously summon it if you want, but you don't really want to see Driver, unfortunately. But obviously, you can send it to the graveyard because it is a light. You can use its effect with Galaxy Soldier and with a new Cyber Dragon card. And then 2 copies of Ash Blossom Joy Springs. Again, this deck's really great for going up second. If your opponent does anything from the hand, such as add a card from the hand to the deck, special summon from the deck, send a card from the deck to the grave, Ash Blossom shuts that effect down, which is just great. Like I say, we've got a lot of hand traps, shuts our opponent down, that way they can't do stuff, and then you just go, when you've got like a kink in the armour, you go for the OTK push. That's what the base of this deck's all about. And then you go into the Cyber Dragon cards themselves. We've got 3 copies of regular Cyber Dragon, very standard. You go through them like there's no tomorrow, guys. If it does have an effect where if your opponent controls a monster and you don't, you can special summon this card from your hand for free, so don't forget about that useful effect. 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Core, one of the staples in this deck, guys. And when this card is normal summoned, you get to add 1 Cyber spell or trap from your deck to your hand. But it's like a mandatory effect as well, guys, unfortunately. Like, when you summon it, you can't say, do you want to play its effect, yes or no, it will just activate. If your opponent controls, and also if your opponent only controls a monster and you don't, you can banish Core from your graveyard to special summon a Cyber Dragon monster from your deck. But you can't play both effects once per, so you can't use both effects on the same turn. So, you use this card, you go into Link summons with it, go into Fusion plays with it, and then you just pretty much wait till next turn if your opponent survived, and then you can just summon a free monster if your opponent got over your board. And also, all the Cyber Dragon cards you're seeing here, guys, also share an effect where they become Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. So please bear that in mind. 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Hertz. Hertz, guys, again, I say become Cyber Dragon while on the field or in the grave. Hertz has a couple effects, where if this card is special summoned, you can make this card's level become 5 until the end phase, but you can't summon monsters other than machine monsters, so obviously please bear that in mind. The only monster is really going to be a problem with this. If you do that, it means you just can't go into Verte Anaconda, but you're still able to go into your other fusions, and you're still able to go into Infinity play. And also it has another effect where if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add another Cyber Dragon from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So because it has the word Cyber Dragon, you can add Core, you can add Hertz back and all of that, but they have to be in the graveyard. You can't send them from the deck to the hand because obviously their name isn't Cyber Dragon. They don't want to be Cyber Dragon while in the field or grave. So this basically surges out a free Cyber Dragon, or it just surges out the ones from your graveyard and recycles it back to your hand. And this card's just great for the next monster and for Galaxy Soldier. And then 2 copies of Galaxy Soldier is it Nashta. I think I'm saying that name right. This card, guys, if you can discard 1 other monster, special summon this card from your hand, which is kind of great. And if this card is normal special summoned, you can target 1 machine monster with 2100 attack or defense in your grave, special summon it. So that means this 1 card can pretty much bring back near enough a lot of our like even can bring back your Link monster and all that lot, which is absolutely great. And it's also great to bring back Cyber Dragon. So this card's just great to go into a lot of different plays, and it's a free summon as well. And I say it's great if you combine it with Hertz. And then 1 copy of Cyber Dragon Veer. This card's name becomes Cyber Dragon on the field like all the others. If you normal or special summon a Cyber Dragon, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. So it's just a free summon, guys. And also, each Cyber Dragon you control will gain 500 attack and defense points, which is kind of nice. So it's just a nice addition. Like if you can pull him off, it's a nice free summon. If not, it's just nice fodder for Nashta or for like Galaxy Soldier. And speaking of Galaxy Soldier, 2 copies of this bad boy. You only need 2, you don't need 3, because it's searchable with Cyber Repair Plan, and it's like when you use 1, you're only going to you get to search out another one, so you only need the 2 because you can't play its effect more than once per turn. So its effect is you can send 1 light monster from your hand to the grave, special summon it. You can do that as many times as you want. It has another effect. When this card is special summoned, you get to add a Galaxy monster from your deck to hand. You can only use the second effect once per turn. The special summon effect, you can only use that once per turn. So basically what a great combo is, you play this with Hertz. You just send Hertz to the grave, special from Galaxy Soldier. Soldier's effect will search out the other one. Hertz effect will add another light monster to the grave, or to your hand. Like you could just bring back Cyber Dragon from your deck to your hand. Boom, you just send the other Cyber Dragon, summon out the other Galaxy Soldier. So with just 2 cards, you can bring out near enough infinity. And then obviously you could link them both away into, exceed summon them into Nova. Nova's effect will bring back. See what I mean? You can do a lot of plays from Galaxy Soldier. It's absolutely great. Absolutely great. And also it's a level 5 as well, just makes it so perfect. And then 1 copy of the Star Destruction Kaiju. This was just great, guys. It's a machine, so it comes in handy when you want to bring out some of your other some of your extra monsters, and also it's just kaiju. Your opponent has a tricky card, kaiju it. It's so great to go into, and also again because like I say it is a machine, you can use our fusion cards on it. And then going on to 3 copies of Cyframe Gamma. Another hand trap, guys. Pretty much you can't use Gamma's effect if you have a monster in board unless you have the Link monster. But what this card is, when your opponent activates a monster effect, and while you control no monsters, so let's just say while you control no monsters, you can special summon both Gamma and a Cyframe Driver from your hand, deck, or graveyard. And if you do, you can negate the activations. That's what I mean. This card's great for turn 1. Or, like, for turn 1, like you go in second, great for turn 1, because, say, you just make your opponent do whatever they want to do. They try and play a monster effect, search, or anything like that. Boom, play this. Also, this card is great on your turn. If you, like, for instance, if you open up your... You open up with, I don't know, Cyber Emergency or like Foolish Burial, and your opponent like tries to Ash Blossom it, you can just Gamma the Ash Blossom. So you see, this is great. It's absolutely fantastic. And if you do, you can negate the activation, destroy the card. But then if you special summon with Gamma's effect, they banish you in the end phase. So you can, because they're on the board, you could just link them away into Driver, and then obviously with Driver's effect, you can play Gamma's effect while you even have monsters. That's kind of a great combo. And that's it for the monsters, guys. Spells, got a free Cyber Emergency. It's a searcher, guys. It adds 1 light machine that cannot be normal special summoned, or 1 Cyber Dragon monster from our deck. So basically, this one is just going to search out any of our Cyber Dragon cards, which is just absolutely great. And if this card, and if this card is in your owner's possession while possession was negated, you can discard 1 card, and if you you can discard 1 card from your hand. So it just kind of have another effect. Like say, for instance, if you want to send the Hertz or shit to the stuff to the graveyard, it's absolutely fine. But yeah, it's great if your opponent tries to negate it, because obviously you can play the Gamma. And then 2 copies of Cyber Repair Plan. You only need 2, guys. If a Cyber Dragon monster is in the graveyard, it can be any one of your Cyber Dragons, including like your other ones, because obviously they have the name. You you can play one of the following effects. If you have 3 or more Cyber Dragons, you can play both effects, but it doesn't really matter if you have 1 or 2. So the effects is if you can add 1 light machine from your deck to hand. That includes, so that does search near enough all of our monsters apart from Gamma and Ash Blossom. It searches out the Kaiju because it's a machine. It searches out the Galaxy Soldier. It searches out all of the Cyber Dragons. Absolutely insane, guys. It does have, and its other effect is you can target 1 machine monster that's in your grave and shuffle it into the deck. So if you want to play both of them, that's completely fine. You can do so. And then 1 copy of Cyber Rev System. It's like a Monster Reborn for the deck, guys. And also, it's not just a Monster Reborn. You can also special summon from the hand. It's special summon from the grave or hand. So it's actually a very decent effect. You might think, why am I only running 1? Because you only need really one. Again, because it's a cyber card, it's searchable with core as well. And the monster that's summoned by this effect cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it gives it some protection. 1 Cyberload Fusion. You only need 1 of the 2 fusion cards, guys, because of Verte Anaconda. So it kind of just frees the deck up a bit. So Cyberload Fusion, guys, you can special summon 1 fusion monster that lists a Cyber Dragon monster, shuffling monsters in your face up on the field or banished into the deck, and then you can summon out a monster. So this card's great when you're banishing your monsters. I say cause effect activates when it's being banished and all that lot. So yeah, it's just absolutely great if your cards are being banished. And also one of our traps does banish our cards as well, which just sets up Cyberload Fusion. The only downside of Cyberload Fusion, the monster that you summon with this card's effect is the only monster that can attack that turn. So it does have a little bit of a downside. But it is a quick play as well, though. And then 1 copy of Foolish Burial. Sends one of our cards to the deck to the grave. So you just send Hurts to the grave, play Hurts effect to search. Absolute beast, absolute beast, absolute great. Or you could send Core to the grave, because obviously if your opponent's got a monster in play, you can then just banish the Core special summon monster directly from the deck. So you see what I mean. Very useful effects. 3 copies of Machine Duplication. This can be a brick, guys. You really don't want to see more than 3. You really don't want to see more than 1, because its effect is if you have a machine monster with 500 less attacks. So basically, Cyber Dragon Hurts, Cyber Dragon Neshta or Core, you're able to play Machine Duplication. And what it is, because their names change to Cyber Dragon, you can special summon up to 2 Cyber Dragons from your deck straight to the field. So it's just an easy way. Yeah, 2 level 5s to go into like Cyber Dragon Nova, then go into Infinity. Then you can just use your remaining monster that you first had, that the last attack points, and go into the Salaman Great monster for protection. And that's just all off one card. If you have obviously more plays, you can go high and get a better board. So Machine Duplication is great. You don't really want to see more than 1, like I say, because obviously once you've done it, you don't really want to see the others. They do come dead, but you need 3 so you can obviously see them and get the combo off to begin with. And then 1 copy of Overload Fusion. Again, you can play this card with Verte Anaconda. It's kind of like the better ones, because obviously your monsters are they're more likely going to be in the graveyard rather than banished. You can special on 1 Dark Machine type monster from your extra deck using monster banish. So this 1 card is great to go into Chimera Tech Overdragon, or Rampage Dragon, I should say. Sorry. So absolute great Overload Fusion. You just banish our monsters with Verte Anaconda, and then you just have a free summon on board, and then obviously Rampage's effect just takes over from there. Then going on to the traps, we are running the 2 copies of Cybernet Overflow. Overflow, guys, is what a card. So you get to banish Cyber Dragons with different levels from your hand, face up the field or graveyard, and then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls equal to the cards you banished. And if this card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you can add a Cyber spell or trap from deck to hand, and that does include itself. You can search, like, if your opponent twin twists it or MSTs it or plays, I don't know, tries to Nightmare Phoenix it, you can search another overflow from this card. And again, it's just great to it's just great for, like, when you've got, like, your board set up with, like, like say you've got, like, Ash Blossom in hand, you've got Overflow set, you've got Infinity on the field. You've just got so many negates, and you can pop your opponent's cards. It's just a great combo, guys. It really is. Again, of course, it's a cyber card. It's searchable with Core. And then we've got 3 copies of Evenly Matched. What a broken card, guys. You'll see this in the replay. I was against a hero player. He was doing his combo, getting all his crap on board, thinking, yep, going for it. It's evenly matched. You have to banish his board. This is such a good card. Like against any deck, like combo decks that have this amazing board, evenly match them, because then that way they've got to banish the cards, haven't they? Absolute fantastic. It does mean you've got to give you your battle phase, but if you can break your opponent's board, you will easily take this card. So what? And you can play this card from your hand if you control no cards. So what? During the end of the battle phase, your opponent has to banish cards until they have the same number of cards as you, which basically is 1. So because obviously you have to play this card so they have up to 1 card left. And instead, if you have no cards in your hand, you can play this card from your hand. So absolute great. And then 2 copies of Infinite Permanence, which is again a hand trap as well, which it can be. You could target 1 face-up monster on your opponent's side of the field, negate its effect until the turn's end phase, and if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. So you see what I mean by hand traps. We have evenly matched, we've got the Infinite Permanence, we have the Gamma, we have the Ash Blossom. This deck is great going second, shut down your opponent. Then with your cards, you can just go into Infinity for like a slow game to like interrupt your opponent's plays. Or if you get the right cards, you can go Explosive and go into like Rampage and then go try and do an OTK. And speaking of which, guys, let's get into the extra deck. So we've got 1 copy of Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. This is great, guys, when you're able to. So this is great, guys, if you want to do with the Kaiju. So you need to use a Cyber Dragon plus 1 machine monsters, and you can send I'm getting my words mixed. Stop. You can send monsters from either. I think you can use monsters from either opponent's field as well. I think it's just machines in general. From either field to the graveyard. So you can Kaiju your opponent's monster because it's a machine. You can just summon our Cyber Dragon Core. Core's going to become Cyber Dragon. Search out a card. Just send this and that Kaiju to the grave. Boom. Summon out Fortress Dragon. Absolute great. And this card gains 1,000 attack for each material used for its fusion summon. And then 2 copies of Mega Fleet. Mega Fleet, guys, is just like another version of a Kaiju. It should be just called Chimera Tech Kaiju Dragon or something like that, or Kaiju Chimera Dragon, because it's a Kaiju, guys. Basically, it's 1 Cyber Dragon plus 1 monster in the extra monster card zone. That does include your opponent's monster card zone, so they can have any links in there. They put a monster. They put like a fusion synchro in there for some reason. Yep, take it. Like your opponent, like for instance, how some people's boards like to have Karibo in the so then obviously they can stop your opponent from like trying to attack. You can just Mega Fleet them, and then Mega Fleet will gain 1,200 attack for each number of its fusion material. So if you're only using 2, it'll be up to 2,400 attack, which is just great. And then going on to Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, 2 plus 2. You can use 2 or more Cyber Dragons, but realistically, you're going to send 2. When this card is fusion summoned, you can destroy spell or traps on the field up to the number of fusion materials. So if you send 2, you can destroy 2. If you send 3 or 4, you're going to destroy 3 or 4. And its effect is, guys, once per turn, you can send up to 2 light monsters from your deck to the grave, and if you do, Rampage can attack that many times during the battle phase. So if you send 2 monsters, Rampage can attack 3 times that turn, which on its own is 6,300 attack points. So if you increased it with Cyber Dragon Sega, it's going to do an OTK. And you can attack with other monsters, obviously, if you had Cyber Dragon Infinity, because it's not hard to play Infinity and Rampage in 1 turn. You can just the Infinity can just finish off your opponent if you want to do it that way. And then 1 copy of Cyber Twin Dragon. It needs 2 Cyber Dragons. So again, because all of our monsters have Cyber Dragons in the name, you can use Overload Fusion, special summon it from the graveyard, and this bad boy can attack twice during each opponent's battle phase. And again, because you can use it easily with Cyber Load Fusion. Like Reverted Anaconda is absolutely great going to cards like this that can just attack multiple times. And then going into the Exceeders, we've got 2 Infinity, 2 Nova. I decided to run 2 of each because there is a time with your opponent just get rid of 1. You can easily go into the other one. So if what the combo is, guys, basically you exceed something to Nova. Nova, because we are actually running Cyber Dragons, guys, Nova actually does have an effect. That might be crazy to hear, but you can actually use Nova's effect, which is you can detach 1 overlay unit to make Nova special summon a Cyber Dragon from the grave, or you can banish a Cyber Dragon from your hand or face up in the field and let Nova gain 2100 attack. You're not really going to play its second effect, you're mainly going to play its main effect where you can bring back a Cyber Dragon. Like if you use for Link Summon, you could just bring back Cyber Dragon Nova, or just bring back one of your another Cyber Dragon, so then you can go for a bigger push, like Damage Rise. And then for Infinity, you can special summon, or you can overlay lay Nova and go into Infinity. You can only do that once per turn, so if you were lucky enough to get 4 level 5 monsters on the field, which is kind of easy, you can't do 2 Infinities. You can't do that play. You can only do 1, then you'll have to wait till next turn and do the other one, so there's no point doing both of them. So what Infinity does, guys, it gains 200 attack for each material. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster on the field, attach it to Infinity as an overlay unit. That does include your opponent's monsters. And once per turn, when your opponent activates a card effect, so monster, spell, or trap, Infinity can negate it and destroy it, which is very overpowered. And then going on to the links, we've got 1 copy of Cyber Dragon Seeger. Seeger, guys, becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field or on the grave, just like the others, which is kind of nice. And during each battle phase, during either player's turn, it has a quick effect where if Seeger hasn't attacked that turn, you can target 1 machine monster you control and make it gain 2100 attack points. So if your opponent's got a big boss monster, you can play Seeger to basically make your monsters stronger, to have over 4000 attack points and get over a big boss if you want to do it that way. Or if you combine this with Twin Dragon or with Rampage, you're going to do an OTK. So pretty nice. And then 1 copy of Link Karibo. It's just nice if you can't go to the Sandman Grate, so you've got something to fall back on. Basically, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you contribute this guy, and that monster becomes 0 attack onto the end phase. It just kind of saves you as well. And if you have a level 1 monster in play, which we actually have quite a few, you can, like for instance Hertz, you can tribute that monster, special Link Karibo from the graveyard, so that really does come in handy. 1 copy of Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda. Anaconda, guys, is absolute disastrous, absolute carnage in this deck. So you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, it becomes dark until the turn's end phase. You're not going to play Anaconda due to that effect. The reason why you're going to play Anaconda is because you can pay 2000 life points. It might be a steep cost, but you can send 1 fusion or polymerization card from our deck to the grave and activate that spell. So you can send Overload Fusion directly from your deck to the grave and basically banish monsters from your field or graveyard to bring out a fusion one, or if you've already got cards that are banished, you can play Anaconda's ability to send the Cyberload Fusion to return your monsters from that's been banished back into the deck. If you do it with the Cyberload Fusion, only that fusion monster you're going to summon can attack, but if you play Overload Fusion, then Anaconda can attack as well. So please bear that in mind. And then 1 copy of Psyframe Lord Lambda. So what Lambda does, guys, you need 2 monsters except tokens. So this is actually great to go if you like negated cards with with Gamma and with Gamma, because you obviously have 2 monsters in play. You can activate the effect of Psyframe monsters even if you control monsters, so it's kind of great as well. And if a face-up monster you control is banished while this card while you control this card, you can, during the end phase, you can add a Psyframe card from your deck to hand. So this card can search out another Gamma. So if this card's in play, you've activated Gamma's ability to negate one part, like your opponent activates an effect, you can play Gamma. Then during the end phase, it's going to banish them both. You can just search out another Gamma for another banish during the next turn. So that's the reason why you're going to play that card. And then finally, we're running 1 copy of Salmon Great. Is it Alamirage? Alamirage. So you need 1 monster that's been normal summoned with 1000 less attack. So Core, Hertz, what's the other one? I can never remember its name. Nashta. You can use them and go into this card, and then this card has an effect where you can tribute it during either player's turn and target 1 monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which just gives it some protection, which is absolute fantastic, guys. Like I say, if you just had in your hand Cyber Dragon Core and Machine Duplication, or Hertz and Machine Duplication, you can play the Hertz, play Machine Duplication, bring out 2 Cyber Dragons, overlay them into Cyber Dragon Nova, then bring out Infinity, then you can link summon the Hertz or Core and go into Alamirage. So then basically your Infinity has protection on top of the negate, which is kind of broken. When you could do other plays as well if you want to extend it. So you see what I mean? There's actually many things you can do. And that's it for the deck, guys. I kind of rambled on a little bit, but yeah, this deck's absolutely fantastic. Like, it's great going second. If you go first, it is kind of a bit tricky, but you can obviously, like I say, go into the Infinity and have cards like the Overflow set set the Infinite Impermanence. So at least you can still negate cards and pop cards your opponent has. So it's not end of the world. Again, like any other deck, guys, it does have its flaws and its strengths. Like for instance, if you go up against a Cyber Dragon Mirror deck or Mirror Duel, hope and pray you win, because when you go against Cyber Dragon Mirror Duel, guys, it is literally whoever goes second near enough wins majority of the time. So hope you have fun. Replays are coming up, guys, to see this deck in action, so stay tuned for that if you want to see how this deck plays. Also, guys, I'm going to ask your opinion on something. If you would like me during the replays in future to like maybe just do like one replay, or cut this section down a little bit, so then I can make the replays longer, so then you can like hear what I do when I'm playing, so you can hear him like, right, so we're going to do this, we're going to do that, so you can kind of see like why we're playing which cards and basically what we do for the strategy, instead of it just being like fast forwarded and you just kind of have to guess what I'm doing. Like, if you want to do that, guys, if that thing like appeals to you, let me know in the section down below, and I'll try and like change my videos a little bit so you can see. And with that, guys, if you enjoy this check, hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. I will leave you to the replays, guys, and please remember, stay healthy, stay safe. Take care. Goodbye.